welcome back to the channel. I just looked at the channel today and didn't even realize it's been 11 days since I've actually done anything. So yeah, apologies for that. Time just flew by absolutely so quick. Been busy for sure. So just thought I'd get on and do a quick video, and I will be looking to do another video later this week to actually show you an update of the garden. But this is actually something that I have been working on a bit more lately, is just getting everything right with these. Now still don't have everything 100%, and what this is my Kratky method, just trying to get everything growing inside. And right now it's lettuce. As you can see, this guy isn't doing too well, and there's a lot of white mold there, so I think this guy might not be surviving. But I do have white mold with others. I do need to get a bit of cinnamon. I do have it around and just combat that a bit. We got some that are doing pretty well, like this guy here, this guy at the back. This guy, it's spreading a bit of white mold as well, but the lettuce itself is doing well. And then I've got some basil at the back, which it's empty already. I filled that up recently. It's pretty empty. I'm just doing it underneath because I've got a cage on top. Obviously, that's where the light's gonna be. I don't want the light too close. I find myself it doesn't work best that way. And then just keeping a nice distance between everything, so underneath we get a better view of the plants. And got strawberry here. Gonna have to just pinch this because I don't want that feeler coming through. And all it is really, these are jam jars, the smaller ones. This one is just a regular, well, it's a bit of a bigger jar. And then obviously it's the net pods, and then some stones and some cocoa core. So let me show you the root system on this strawberry. It's developing pretty nice. So right now in there I've got some solution. I have been mixing it up. I think for the strawberries, two parts, 2 runs water, 1 run solution seems to be best. I was doing 1 of each, and these leaves were curling over, and these leaves here still haven't really recovered. So find that it needs a bit more water than it does the solution, and I'll show you the solution that I'm using at the moment. And then obviously right here we've got another strawberry plant that I'm just trying to go on. That strawberry plant came from this one. I did try strawberries last year, but I got bugs all over them. I think they were spider mites. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it wasn't the best of experiments last year. But and the lettuce last year didn't really last, but this year I'm getting a decent yield. I'm not seeing any bugs right now, so that's good. At the top as well, I do have a small fan. Just got a very simple fan. This is meant to be 3-stage, but it only turns on 2-stage every now and then 3. I'm yet to figure it out. And I've got that plugged into USB into my UPS up there. So yeah, again, in the laundry room, it's a bit tidier at the moment, but I need a bit more work to tidy it up. Yeah, that's really all that I've been doing at the moment. Is I've been working on the garden. I've been doing my regular day job. Yeah, just getting stuff done. Now, just to explain why these look a little bit funny, these are actually socks. So I'm reusing old socks. If we look at this guy, because I want to check the roots on this quickly, and it is a bit damp, so it looks like one of them has been wicking water out, which I'm not too happy about. But if we pull it down, as you'll see, it's just a jam jar. It's all I've been using. This has got solution in, so I'm hoping that this root, the whole root system, will get a bit more healthy now with that solution. Hoping the plant will get healthier and it will thrive. Again, this white mold, I do have some cinnamon, and if this runs out, I think it's really almost run out. I've got more upstairs that I will be using on it. Again, I do everything as much as I can organic, so this is organic cinnamon that I've had for quite a while. These are ankle socks. So I had plenty of them lying around. I don't really wear them anymore, so decided to utilize them. And then these are regular socks. So one thing I did last year, which I haven't really done this year, is get an elastic band and just tie it around, and that way you don't have the sock flopping around. But the good thing about socks being used for this is that at the very top the elastic kind of covers over and it helps. Now the reason why I need to use something like socks, I don't know if anybody has used Kratky method before, but if you just leave this open to the sun, the solution will actually start growing bacteria and stuff, and it'll start choking off the roots, and it's not a good thing to do. So stuff like this jar at the back doesn't have that problem. It's cutting off the light through the pot and through, I can't even see it here, through the pot and through the cocoa core. So that doesn't really have the problem. This one does, hence I'm using the sock, because even though it's the same setup up top, it's a glass jar underneath. So the glass will let the light through from up here, and then that will cause the problem, which we don't want to have. Now, this is also where I do my seeds. I won't be doing seeds until after winter this year, so still at the end of summer. I'm not even thinking of that yet. So the heat mats are underneath, but they're not turned on right now. So I've turned off the schedule. So I use the Casa app for that. I've turned off the schedule. They're not going to run. Otherwise, we're going to have all of the water in these jam jars evaporating, going out, making these socks wet, which I did accidentally do last year. Not a good thing to do. So it's a good experiment. I have tasted this lettuce. Some of it is bitter, and that's because I think some of it was only using water. I did sort of mix it up a little bit, and just to show you, I am using the Roof Farm. So that label's kind of messed, but this is the all-purpose part 2 and then the base part 1. So how I do it is I've got a Pyrex jug, which is 1 litre. So I boil water because I prefer my tap water. My tap water is a bit harsh, so I prefer to boil it, get off the chlorine, all that kind of stuff. Let it sit for a while, cools down in this, then goes into this beaker, and that's where I mix in the Roof Farm solution. So they're both roughly one litre. And I make sure, if you look at the back here, we've got the mixtures here. So this is for 4 litres of water, and it says 5 mils. So really what I end up doing is 1.25 mils in 1 litre of water, which works out correct. And then basically I use it for all of these plants here. They're loving it so far. The basil is loving it too much. I think I need to get that outside or somewhere else, it maybe into a bigger jar, because that jam jar just isn't cutting it. And I will show you why. I think I need to move it over to this side. So it's a good time to move it. I will do some work on top of my washing machine while it's not on. And you will see why, because they are still a little damp, so it's not dying off yet. But if you'll see, it's completely bone dry in there. So yeah, the roots are a bit too big, the plant's a bit too thirsty. I need to get it into a bigger pot. I don't think I can. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop this experiment for this one. It worked out well. I know that I need a bigger jar, but maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll keep it alive a little bit longer, because it really does smell nice. But yeah, all the tools that I need on the side. These are the spoons where I got from the dollar store, and this is the 1.25 mil. So I use that to mix, I use it to stir. And then I've got a whole host of jars in the back, and actually I can show you into my furnace room. So a lot of exercise equipment here, so I do apologize for that. But this is my furnace room. Can't grow anything in here, obviously. It's not a good environment, but this is where I keep the greenhouse over winter. And then it's used as a storage. So all of my pots that I've cleaned, all of the stuff for the garden. So these are, you'll see them in use in a bit. Then all of the other things that I use for the garden, quite literally everything for the garden, my pots. And then if you look in here, underneath, you'll see there's a few jam jars. This is quite literally where I keep everything for outdoors and for the indoor gardening as well. So, and we do have another raised garden bed to go out next year. Just a little sneak peek of what's to come. So yeah, I've been trying to get organized, clean everything up. Completely forgot about the video, so apologies, but that's my update for now. Thanks very much for tuning in, and hopefully I won't leave a long gap like I did this week, well, for 11 days. So thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon.